Are you approaching 85? Or do you have a loved one who is and wondering what changes you should really prepare for that doctors rarely discuss? In the next 15 minutes, I'll reveal 5 critical truths about turning 85 that medical professionals often overlook, but could dramatically impact your quality of life and safety. The third truth involves a hidden danger that affects 8 out of 10 people over 85, yet most families never see it coming. Beatrice, a vibrant 84-year-old from Denver, thought she was prepared for her 85th birthday until 3 unexpected changes hit her within just 2 months. Her family was completely caught off guard by challenges that seemed to appear overnight. What happened to Beatrice could happen to anyone, but it doesn't have to happen to you. Truth 1. Your sleep architecture completely changes. Your sleep patterns at 85 aren't just different, they're fundamentally restructured in ways that most people never anticipate. Research from Johns Hopkins Sleep Center shows that the sleep architecture of an 85-year-old undergoes dramatic changes that go far beyond simply sleeping fewer hours. Deep sleep, which is the most restorative phase of sleep, decreases by up to 75% compared to what you experienced at age 65. This isn't just about feeling tired. It's about your body's ability to repair itself, consolidate memories, and maintain proper immune function. The consequences of this sleep restructuring are far more serious than most people realize. When Harold from Tampa turned 85, he noticed he was waking up every 2 hours throughout the night, but he thought this was normal aging. What he didn't understand was that his brain was no longer cycling through the deep sleep stages necessary for cellular repair and toxin removal. Within 6 months, his balance became unsteady, his memory started declining, and his doctor discovered elevated inflammation markers in his blood work. The fragmented sleep was literally accelerating his aging process and increasing his risk of falls and cognitive decline. The solution isn't complicated, but it requires immediate action. Start by establishing a strict sleep schedule that works with your new sleep architecture rather than against it. Go to bed at the same time every night, even if you don't feel tired, and wake up at the same time every morning, even if you didn't sleep well. Create a completely dark, sleeping environment using blackout curtains or an eye mask, because your aging eyes become more sensitive to light disruption. Keep your bedroom temperature between 65 and 68 degrees, as your body's temperature regulation becomes less efficient with age. Most importantly, accept that you may need to sleep in shorter segments rather than trying to force 8 continuous hours. If you wake up after 4 hours feeling relatively refreshed, get up and do a quiet activity for 30 minutes, then return to bed. This works with your natural circadian rhythm changes rather than fighting them. Don't wait to make these changes. Start implementing them tonight, because every night of poor sleep compounds the damage to your health and increases your risk of serious complications. Truth 2. Social isolation becomes a silent killer. Loneliness at 85 isn't just an emotional challenge. It's as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes daily, according to landmark research from Harvard Medical School. This isn't an exaggeration or a metaphor. It's a medical fact based on decades of studies involving hundreds of thousands of seniors. Social isolation triggers a cascade of physiological changes that weaken your immune system, increase inflammation throughout your body, and accelerate the aging process at a cellular level. The health consequences of loneliness are so severe that the Surgeon General has declared it a public health epidemic. When Vivian from Seattle turned 85, she was proud of her independence and didn't want to burden her adult children with frequent visits. She convinced herself that talking to cashiers at the grocery store and brief conversations with neighbors were sufficient social interaction. Within a year, she developed frequent infections. Her blood pressure became difficult to control, and she experienced what her doctor called failure to thrive, a medical condition where the body begins shutting down without any identifiable disease. Her immune system had become so compromised by chronic loneliness that she couldn't fight off even minor illnesses. The biological mechanism behind this is frightening, but well documented. Chronic loneliness triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol, which suppress your immune system and cause chronic inflammation. This inflammation damages your blood vessels, increases your risk of heart disease and stroke, and accelerates cognitive decline. Research from the University of Chicago shows that lonely seniors have a 50% higher risk of developing dementia and a 26% higher risk of dying from any cause compared to socially connected peers. The solution requires immediate and consistent action. Make at least one meaningful social connection every single day, whether it's a phone call with a family member, a conversation with a neighbor, or participation in a community activity. Join a senior center, a faith community, or a hobby group where you'll see the same people regularly and can build genuine relationships. If mobility is an issue, explore virtual options like video calls with family or online communities for seniors with similar interests. Don't underestimate the power of helping others as a way to combat isolation. Volunteer for a cause you care about, mentor younger people, or simply offer to help neighbors with small tasks. When you focus on contributing to others' lives, you automatically create meaningful connections that benefit both your emotional and physical health. The key is consistency. Sporadic social contact isn't enough. You need regular, predictable interaction with people who know and care about you. Don't wait until you feel lonely to start building these connections. Start today, because isolation can develop gradually and become life-threatening before you even realize it's happening. Truth 3. Medication interactions create hidden dangers. At 85, your body processes medications completely differently than it did at 75, creating a dangerous situation that most families never see coming. According to Mayo Clinic geriatric pharmacology research, your liver and kidney function decline significantly in your 80s, meaning medications stay in your system much longer than they should. This creates a perfect storm for dangerous drug interactions and toxic accumulation that can cause everything from falls and confusion to organ damage and death. The average 85-year-old takes 6 or more medications daily, and each additional medication increases the risk of dangerous interactions exponentially. Thomas from Phoenix learned this the hard way when he turned 85 and started experiencing dizziness, confusion, and frequent falls. His family assumed these were normal signs of aging, but when a pharmacist reviewed his medications, they discovered he was essentially being poisoned by drug interactions. His blood pressure medication, combined with a sleep aid and an over-the-counter pain reliever, was creating a dangerous cocktail that his aging kidneys couldn't process fast enough. The medications were accumulating in his system, causing his blood pressure to drop dangerously low and affecting his brain function. The problem is that most doctors prescribe medications based on standard adult dosages, not accounting for the dramatic changes in how an 85-year-old body processes drugs. Your kidney function typically declines by 30 to 40% by age 85, and your liver's ability to metabolize medications slows significantly. This means that a medication dose that was safe at 70 might be toxic at 85. Additionally, many seniors see multiple doctors who don't communicate with each other, leading to duplicate prescriptions or dangerous combinations. The solution requires immediate action and ongoing vigilance. Schedule a comprehensive medication review with a geriatric pharmacist or geriatrician within the next 2 weeks. Bring every single medication you take, including over-the-counter drugs, vitamins, and supplements. Ask specifically about how each medication is processed by your aging body and whether dosages need adjustment. Create a master list of all your medications and carry it with you to every medical appointment. Never start or stop any medication without consulting your primary doctor, and always ask about potential interactions when new medications are prescribed. Be especially cautious with over-the-counter medications. Just because they're available without a prescription doesn't mean they're safe for an 85-year-old body. Common medications like antihistamines, pain relievers, and sleep aids can cause serious problems when combined with prescription drugs or when your body can't process them effectively. Don't assume that if you've been taking something for years, it's still safe. Your body's ability to handle medications changes continuously as you age. Act now to get your medications reviewed, because waiting could literally be a matter of life and death. Truth 4. Your balance system undergoes invisible decline. Balance problems at 85 aren't just about muscle weakness. 3 separate systems in your body are failing simultaneously, creating a perfect storm for dangerous falls. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, falls are the leading cause of injury death among seniors, and the risk increases dramatically after age 85. What most people don't understand is that maintaining balance requires perfect coordination between your inner ear, your vision, and your proprioception, your body's ability to sense where you are in space. All 3 of these systems deteriorate with age, and by 85, the decline becomes critical. When Clarence from Atlanta turned 85, he noticed he felt slightly unsteady when getting out of bed, but he attributed it to morning stiffness. He didn't realize that his inner ear was losing its ability to detect changes in head position. His vision was becoming less sharp in detecting obstacles, and his feet were losing their sensitivity to feel the ground beneath him. One evening, he stood up from his favorite chair and immediately fell backward, breaking his hip. The fall wasn't caused by weakness. It was caused by the complete breakdown of his balance system's ability to keep him upright. The inner ear component of balance deteriorates through a process called presbystasis, where the tiny calcium crystals in your inner ear that help detect motion become displaced or damaged. Your vision changes in ways that affect balance. You lose peripheral vision, depth perception becomes less accurate, and your ability to adjust to changes in lighting slows dramatically. Most critically, the nerves in your feet and legs that send balance information to your brain become less sensitive, a condition called peripheral neuropathy that affects up to 60% of people over 85. The solution requires daily action to retrain and strengthen your balance system. Start every morning with simple balance exercises. Stand on one foot for 30 seconds while holding onto a sturdy chair, then switch feet. Practice walking heel to toe in a straight line for 10 steps, using a wall for support if needed. These exercises force your brain to rely on working balance systems and can actually improve your stability over time. Make immediate changes to your environment to compensate for balance system failures. Install grab bars in your bathroom, add non-slip mats in your shower, and ensure every stairway has sturdy handrails. Remove throw rugs and electrical cords from walkways and improve lighting throughout your home, especially in hallways and staircases. Consider wearing shoes with good traction even inside your house, as socks or slippers can increase fall risk on smooth surfaces. Most importantly, have your balance system evaluated by a physical therapist who specializes in geriatrics. They can identify which components of your balance system are failing and create a specific exercise program to address your individual needs. Don't wait until you've already fallen to address balance problems. By then, the damage may be irreversible. Start working on your balance today, because every day you delay increases your risk of a life-changing fall. Truth 5. Cognitive processing speed drops. Dramatically, Your brain at 85 isn't slower because of memory problems. It's the processing speed that changes everything about how you function in daily life. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that cognitive processing speed, your brain's ability to quickly understand and respond to information, declines by up to 40% between ages 75 and 85. This isn't about forgetting things or losing intelligence. It's about the fundamental speed at which your brain processes information, makes decisions, and coordinates responses. This slowdown affects everything from driving safety to financial decision-making and can put you at serious risk. When Dolores from Sacramento turned 85, she was sharp as ever and could remember details from decades ago, but she started having trouble following conversations when multiple people were talking. She found herself hesitating at four-way stops because she couldn't quickly process which car had the right of way. Her family assumed she was developing dementia, but cognitive testing showed her memory was fine. Her brain just couldn't process information fast enough to keep up with the demands of daily life. This processing speed decline was making formerly simple tasks dangerous and overwhelming. The practical implications of this processing speed decline are serious and immediate. When driving, you need to process traffic signals, pedestrian movements, and other vehicles simultaneously. A cognitive load that becomes dangerous when your processing speed is compromised. Financial decisions become risky because you can't quickly evaluate complex information or detect scams that rely on creating time pressure. Even simple tasks like cooking can become hazardous when you can't quickly coordinate multiple steps or respond to emergency situations like something burning on the stove. The solution involves both accepting these changes and implementing strategies to work around them. For driving, avoid complex traffic situations like rush hour or unfamiliar routes, and consider limiting driving to daylight hours when visibility is best. Take more time to make important decisions. Don't let anyone pressure you into signing documents or making financial commitments on the spot. Create written checklists for complex tasks like cooking or managing medications, so you don't have to rely on processing multiple steps in your head. Engage in activities that specifically challenge your processing speed to slow its decline. Play card games, do crossword puzzles, or engage in activities that require quick decision-making in a safe environment. Practice dual-task activities like walking while counting backward from 100 or sorting objects while having a conversation. These exercises force your brain to process information more quickly and can help maintain your cognitive speed longer. Most importantly, be honest with yourself and your family about these changes. Don't try to hide processing speed problems or pretend they're not happening. This puts you at serious risk for accidents and exploitation. Work with your doctor to rule out treatable causes of cognitive slowing like medication side effects or depression, and consider consulting with a neuropsychologist who can help you develop specific strategies for managing these changes. Don't wait until processing speed decline causes a serious accident or financial loss. Start adapting your activities and environment now to stay safe and independent. Understanding these 5 brutal truths about turning 85 isn't meant to frighten you. It's meant to empower you to take control of your health and safety before problems become crises. When you know what to expect, you can prepare, adapt, and continue living a fulfilling life. The key is acting on this information immediately, not waiting until you're already experiencing serious consequences. If you found this information helpful, please share it with other seniors in your life who need to know these truths. Hit the like button to help more people discover this potentially life-saving information, and subscribe for more essential health guidance that could make the difference between thriving and merely surviving in your golden years. Tell me in the comments which of these truths surprised you the most, and what steps you're taking to prepare for these changes.